Hello, everybody, and welcome back to reviewing every single WrestleMania main event in history. Today, we are on episode 38, reviewing WrestleMania 37. You might remember we're not equal anymore due to the fact that we were reviewing WrestleMania 36's main events, plural, due to there being now a Night 1 and Night 2. For Night 1 of WrestleMania 37, we saw Sasha Banks take on Bianca Belair for the SmackDown Women's Championship. I've heard this match is pretty good and probably the best women's main event of WrestleMania's history, given there's only two women's main events. But I have heard that it is a good match and a good showing from both women. However, I don't know anything about it going in except the winner, so I'll be giving you my very raw reactions after I've seen everybody. Just got finished watching the match. This match is good, and that's all it is. It's a good match. There's nothing, amazing about it. There's no insanely amazing spot. The ending's pretty good, but otherwise, it's just good. This is a great SmackDown main event and a good WrestleMania main event. So let's get into some pre-match notes, of which there are quite a lot of for this one. So Bianca had won the 2021 Women's Royal Rumble to qualify for this title opportunity, and she enters first. Notably, her Titantron still says EST of NXT, not WWE, so she's so new that they haven't even updated her Titantron yet. And for the sake of that, she had started wrestling on the main roster in April of 2020 and only consistently in October of the same year. So she is main eventing WrestleMania less than a year after her main roster debut, which is pretty cool. So, good for her on that. She is pretty good. So, Bianca had also won some tag matches with Sasha before this going on, and they had a slight friendship going in. However, have begun to separate as Sasha's more heely as the boss. So, both women have a moment at the beginning of the match, just kind of looking at the crowd. They both kind of look teary-eyed, but eventually they do begin to wrestle. They begin tussling, but they start very slow. And they do their little, tussle, 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 look back. Come on, come get me. Bianca does her slapping butt thing. And then they actually start wrestling. Sasha takes control and tosses Bianca outside the ring and into the ring post. While the referee is busy between the ropes. Like, if this is the rope, right? And so the referee is between the ropes and he's pushing the rope down so there's more room. Sasha comes diving in now that there's more room and takes out Bianca on the outside. This is actually a pretty cool spot. I didn't expect it. I just saw, the referee is kind of obviously in the way of this spot. I wonder if he's supposed to be there. Then when I saw the spot happen, it did make amount of logical sense. So Sasha keeps this altercation going, but Bianca catches her. Everyone's like, oh, wow, what a dive. Oh, my goodness, Bianca caught her. And then Gorilla presses Sasha up above her, walks her all the way to the steps, goes up the steps, and throws her in the ring, which is an incredibly impressive thing by anyone, let alone Bianca. So Bianca continues staying in control, obviously, and Sasha is getting absolutely beat up until there's an attempted moonsault by Bianca, where Bianca is kind of near the rope. It's kind of like Riddle's moonsault earlier on in the night at WrestleMania 37. I don't know what night that was on. But she goes off the middle rope, goes for her moonsault. I don't think she actually goes off the rope. And Banks is able to kind of catch her hair, and they just kind of collapse to the ground. But then they're able to recoup, continue the spot. As you can tell, I do not have Bianca or Sasha, so I'm just using whoever I have on my desk at the moment to be the example at the spot. Sasha gets a 2 off of a quick running knee. Sasha stays in control for about 5 minutes and tries to pull Belair's hair through the gap between the ring post and the turnbuckles. It's where the ring rope is tied during a tag team match. It's that area. And she tries to pull her through, but Bianca obviously has more leverage since it's on her head and is able to pull Sasha into the post instead. Now Bianca is in control and she tries a comeback immediately. Like, she gets hit with the move and she's like, ah, and tries to run at Bianca and tries to do some running knees, or really just a Meteora. But Bianca moves out of the way. She hits the barricade. So now Bianca's in control and takes control in the ring, hitting a glam slam after a standing shooting star and goes top rope for a 450. Sasha is able to get her knees up, though. This looks really hard. Like, normally when somebody gets their knees up on a move such as the 450, you can't really control your body on a 450. But she goes up, boom, 450 splash, And Sasha's knees just wallop her in the stomach as she goes down. Looks pretty painful, but they sell it pretty well. And they continue on with the match as normal. Sasha starts taking control, but Bianca hits 2 consecutive, still holding on power bombs for a 2. She tries a third, but instead, Sasha is able to counter and hit a double springboard DDT. Now, this is a bit of a weird move. So Bianca is in her powerbomb position. Sasha counters, gets her in DDT position. She's on the top rope, bounces off the rope, spins around, bounces off the middle rope on that side. She's in the corner originally. Now she's on the middle rope, keeps the spin going. DDT. Looks pretty cool. They sell it really well, but it's really hard to describe just to a camera, so I do recommend you go and try and find that if you want to know what I'm talking about. She hits a frog splash after that for a 2. Banks continues the assault on the outside, and while I'm doing this happened earlier on in the match as well, but I noticed that the referee, he's counting very fast. So normally, when it's a count out, they'll go, 1, come on, get back in the ring, 2, or something like that. But instead, he's 1, 2. It's like the speed of a normal pinfall. 1, 2, 3. And they have to speed up what they're trying to do because he's counting so fast. And you can tell it's not how it's supposed to be going because there's a spot a little later on. I think it actually they're both down on the outside, and he's at 7 after 5 seconds. So they have to really quickly get up and roll in the ring together. Looks a little strange, but I see maybe counting is a little bit off. Oh well. So Sasha rolls in the ring along with Bianca, and she locks in a hair-assisted bank statement. She grabs Bianca's hair, wraps it around, pulls back for the bank statement. The ref originally says, "Hey, no, you can't do that," but otherwise just says, why not? Have fun, and lets her do it. But Bianca is able to roll around for a while and eventually roll all the way to the ropes and breaks the hold. Sasha tries, after Bianca rolls over to the corner, to hit a Meteora in the corner, but Bianca's able to move. Bianca hits a 450 after that, actually lands this one. Shockingly, only gets 2. Bianca sells this as if her whole family has been murdered and she is just now finding out about it. This happens occasionally with Bianca, doesn't happen as much anymore. And there are a few other people who do this too, especially in big matches where the big heel keeps kicking out of repeated finishers. But Bianca specifically in this one goes insane during this kickout. Because normally, during a kickout like this, you might do the John Cena meme. It's pretty popular now. It's a kickout. I don't know who it's against. But 1, 2, kick out. And he's like, what? Huh? And it's pretty good. That's generally how most people react. But as I said, Bianca makes it seem like she's just run into a room full of dead bodies. 1, 2. Ah! 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 And that's how she reacts to that kick out. After that, she tries a KOD, but Banks is able to slide down her and grab her hair and try and pull it. But Bianca, as I said earlier, has more strength in it because it's obviously coming from Bianca, and pulls her hair back, and Sasha tries to charge at her, but Bianca whips her straight across the stomach with it. Sounds insanely good. You can hear it just whoosh, straight across the arena. Very loud. Crowd pops pretty big for it. So Bianca now is basically fully in control, but Sasha runs up while Bianca's taunting for a second, tries her backstabber, but Bianca catches her, drops her off. They grapple for a second. Bianca picks her up for the KOD, hits it fully, and is covering kind of insane as much as that reaction earlier. But this time she does get the 3. She's sitting there, 1, 2, 3. But Michael Cole completely blows the call. Because, you're bound to have mistakes. But this is not the best time for that to happen. It's, Bianca's got the cover. 1, 2, 3. And a kick out by Banks. And Corey Graves, his commentating buddy, has to go, no! Bianca won! And Michael's like, oh, shoot. And then he has to cover for it, saying, I was so embroiled in the moment. I missed it. Whoa. And, oh, well, it happens. Bianca then celebrates. Her family is ringside, and you can see them really popping for it. That's a great moment, great family moment and all. This match is definitely not going anywhere near my top 5. As I said earlier, it's okay, veering on good, but it's not a Mania main event. It doesn't really feel like one of those. This is a great match for your final SmackDown before a pay-per-view. Or that pay-per-view itself if it is a C show such as Cyber Sunday. That's what came to mind. That's what I'm rolling with. I'm not doing this take again because I've done it about 8 times. Make sure you have a good day, good evening, good night, good morning, good dawn, good dusk, good whatever. I rate this match a B-. Watch any former or future episodes of this series, and goodbye.